Like I said, I got the computer. This is the website that I used to read about tribes and stuff like that. Find out there was tribes and I didn't even know it even existed. Like I said, once again, when I found out the Lamar tribe, spelled just the way it sounds, Lamar, was a tribe in Georgia, it blew my mind because that's a part of my name. And plus, talking to my sister, the man that we believe is my father, his name, which matches up with mine mostly. Yeah, he has Lamar in it and Melvin. And, my sister and I looked up Melvin and, come to find out it means chief in Irish and stuff like that. And Lamar, we read about that. So, like I said, I use this a lot, along with other sites, like behind the name. Like I found out there's a tribe in what was it, North Carolina, whose name literally means Jesus in other languages. How does that happen, right? But so as I'm reading this, I read through all this, and it's just a back and forth debate who they are, who some say they are, and some say they're not. It gets down to here, and it goes into one of the more interesting results of the Y chromosome study is that the appearance of the whatever haplogroup it is assessed to the tribe of Aaron and Levi, right? And so, they claim that there is traces of that, but they also try to claim that it might have, happened because of the Scots, the English, the Irish, the German, and whatever. So I'm going to leave this here to read. But what I did was I actually skipped here and I read this whole entire article, and it brings up the Khazars and all this other, stuff. And I'm telling you, as I read this whole entire piece, I get to the bottom of it and it clicks. A light bulb went off and I'm like, wait a minute, did I really just read this whole thing and not recognize they are talking about the Y chromosome, right? They're talking about the father's DNA, right? So how are these Native Americans carrying the Y chromosome of the so-called Ashkenazi after the Mormons already test the Native Americans in America and seen that they don't even share enough DNA to say that they are related to the so-called Jew or the Ashkenazi? Do you see it's not matching up, right? So to say that these Melungeons, their fathers, were anything from the Middle East, any kind of Ashkenazi, any kind of Jew, or what they call Jew, is a flat out misnomer. It can't be true. It can't. Because we even know the people that call themselves Ashkenazis aren't even the Ashkenazis. The Ashkenazis were what? Black. Or what we call black. So, boy, I'm open for comments. I'm open for, just picking apart this article, believe me, it's yeah, it was gold. I think once again, if we can figure this out, we'll probably figure out who the Melungeons' fathers were, first off, which, I pretty much believe that they are the native people, right? They don't have anything to do with the people that this article tries to claim it does, or those people that call themselves Jews. And yeah, then the debate goes on if we found, like I said, in any of the tribes of, the Old Testament, traces of them being here on the East Coast. Oh, and you just throwing this idea to Arthur, Arthur Scott Jr., the man. He also brought up the walking stick of the story of, I believe he said the Choctaw. He had told me about it a while back, and the magic walking stick and the two brothers. So I thought that was pretty cool. If this has a story that relates, Anyways, like I said, please read this. Give me feedback, positive, negative. I don't care. Just give me something, at least on what you see and what I was missing, and what. So, anyways, have a good night, everyone.